Hi, my name is Lee Clark, and I run a coaching business, and I am all about the knowledge industry. I like to spread the message that coaching is a thing of the future. I like to encourage new coaches to do their work in a progressive and ethical manner. And I'd like to encourage people such as yourself to consider whether life coaching might be the kind of profession or skill that you could take up. If you'd like to know a little bit more, this webinar is for you. The first thing is I'd like to encourage people who are 40 plus, especially men, to take up a new role, take up and form a new legacy as an advisor, as a mentor, as a coach to anybody who might need the skills and experiences that they've accumulated through their life. Secondly, I'd like to get you to dig a little bit deeper and to have a look at what your own credentials might be, what your own life experience might be, and how the things that you've experienced might be useful fuel for personal development. I'd like you to embrace the idea of personal development, not as a lifestyle extra, but as something which could be crucial, integral, and fundamental to yours and other people's lives. And thirdly, I'd like you to help me to help you because I am on my own journey of personal development. And even as I sharpen my skills and develop my knowledge industry format and my knowledge industry presence, this is all part of the process for me. And so, fellow seeker, I'm looking for people who want to come on the journey with me. And if you feel that that could be you, then stick around and let's see what we can do together. There's never been a better time to take up life coaching, and there's never been a better time or a more necessary time for more and more people to engage with the skill, the craft, and the profession. The reason I say this is because we live in an information inflation era. We live in a new era in which AI is increasingly becoming a feature of people's lives. And although, on the face of it, having a lot of information and having ready access to slick, fashionable, and rapid information transfer may be a good thing, on the face of it. But increasingly, as people become more reliant on technology, increasingly they're going to become more needy of the human interaction that only life coaching can provide. And so, if you've reached a crossroads in your life, and if you feel that you have life skills, experience, and knowledge that you're ready to pass on to other people, then it may be that life coaching is just the option that you've been looking for. If you'd like to know a little bit more about what is involved in life coaching and how to get started, this webinar is for you. As I spend more time on the planet, I find that the 5% rule seems to apply to many different fields and endeavors. And what I mean by the 5% rule is that in any given field, there seem to be 95% of people who just mark time, and there seem to be 5% of people who tend to excel. I'm trying to appeal to those people who wish to be in the 5%. And by the 5%, I don't mean people who have had some kind of privilege handed to them on a plate. I don't mean people who are innately talented. I mean the 5% of people who are willing to dig deep, try hard, and to draw from their skills, knowledge, and experience in productive and positive ways. The 5% rule, I find, separates the sheep from the wolves, or the wheat from the chaff. What you have in the 5% rule is a small cohort of people who want to make a difference in their lives and other people's lives. To be a 5%er is something that anybody can achieve simply by making small incremental steps forward rather than sitting still. The compounding everyday interest that you earn from developing small positive habits is going to make you a 5%er. So, the question I'd like to ask you here is, do you have the credentials? Do you have what it takes? And do you have the aptitude and attitude required to graduate into becoming a 5%er rather than staying as a 95%er? And to become a 5%er means that you might enter into that realm of specialized characters who history has proven necessary. There's always been a need for mentors, coaches, teachers, educators, people who can dispense knowledge. But being a coach is more than that. I made my own transition from being an educator into coaching, believing that I could pivot quite easily, sidestep quickly. But I actually found out quite rapidly that being a coach is more than just sharing knowledge. A large part of being a coach is knowing how to learn yourself. And the major skill I had to learn for myself as a coach was the skill of listening. So, you might be a natural listener, and that is a wonderful thing. But if you're not, it may be worthwhile considering how you can cultivate your skills in order to improve as a listener. Because if you can improve as a listener, you can show great potential as a possible coach. We can delve into that a little bit deeper later, but let's just stick with this one central message. We are given 2 ears and 1 mouth for a very good reason.